Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at the gold market again. This is Sive Morten with ForexPeaceArmy.com. So gold market actually currently performs just perfect. Compares to the Forex market, where we have some difficulties when interpreting the performance, some lots of tricky moments on the Forex market, not as bright performance as in the gold, which makes it a bit more difficult trying to just understand what's going on behind it. This choppy and messy performance on the Forex on the gold. It's actually straightforward. So just we have discussed in the weekend the targets 34.85, 35 or 6 based on the daily butterflies. It has been completed in 2 days. So you can see it's perfect touching over a specified target. Not occasionally we said that let's take a look first at the nearest targets that envelop the 35 top. Most probable the market will try to grab the stops above it, and it's trying to reach it. So if we wouldn't have this top in between of the 34.85, if you remember, this is it based on this minor butterfly. Most probable that it would stop on 34.85, but once grabbers stops have been triggered above the stop, it led market to move slightly higher and complete this target of the larger butterfly pattern. So what we have currently picture on the gold market is relatively simple. First of all, you could see that it's not at the very bottom, and potentially it could keep going higher. So we do not have any big problems with this. This is first moment. Second moment, it's obviously we see the level that we do not want to price drop below. So it's obviously this one around 34.40. Retesting of this level, some retracement, this retracement even natural because butterfly completed the target. Retracement on 30%, absolutely normal, but we do not want to see that price drop back in a range that is just abandoned. That will be bad sign, which makes very simple conditions to follow the bullish context. You know what you do not want to see, you know what to expect, actually you know everything that you need to make the decision on the position taken, where you would like to buy, and at what circumstances you do not want to do this. So that's great. On the 4-hour time frame chart, here I would be watching for a couple of levels. First level is the same 34.40 as I said. This is not just the previous top, or tops, better to say, but this is also 30% support of the great upward thrusting action, which might be used for a separate intraday trading setup. As usual, we are dealing with the thrusts, watching for either double repo sell patterns that could trigger deeper retracement, or bread and butter buy opportunities when the market shows some retracement to some support area. It's kind of the momentum trade. Since momentum still exists and rather strong, we're just catching the dip, buying it, and market just shows the upward action. That's what we intend to do here on the 4-time frame chart. On the overall performance on the top, it seems that, well, something like double repo is more probable, but in the current circumstances, anyway, that's the level to keep an eye on. Second level to watch is a bit wide area between 33.60 and 33.90. Why this is important? It stands slightly below the level that we have specified, but it's rather strong conference support. I will show it based on the major reaction point right from this low. It's 30% support. And it also might be used in two ways. First, as a possible area where you could hide your stop if market will show the deeper retracement. Here and we start watching for 34.40 area for possible position taken. Second, this is a kind of the indicator of the bullish confidence. So if we see that market dropping below the 34 area, that will be bad sign for the current situation, because it will start breaking important support and it will drop back inside of the consolidation area that we have specified. So drawing the line here as it should be based on the triangle, you could see that it even could be in this way or slightly higher, some in between, just approximate area. You can see that this trend is passing exactly through this confluence support. So it might be some kind of the retesting of the broken trend line. It's also possible. That's why we also think that this level is important, but this is probably not for nearest time. More important, it might step in later. For now, more important is this performance in this trading setup that we're considering. So first step that we're watching for possible downside reaction and how deep this reaction might be. So for long entry, we're watching for the pullback. On the hourly chart, it seems that on the top, we could get a kind of the hand shoulders. It's not definitely yet, but currently you could recognize something like, start looking like possible hand shoulders divergence as well here. So if it really will be the case, in this case, in this situation, we could get some kind of the ABCD down, precisely somewhere to the 34.4 area. If you're a scalp trader, you could even try trying to trade this setup separately, especially if it will take the shape of the double repo sell on the follow time frame chart. So we did this many times previously, so it's probably you know how to do this. So that until was what we have from the gold. As a bottom line, first, for long entry, we're watching for a pullback and keep an eye on the 34.40 support, as it might be an area where we probably will start thinking about taking the long position. Second, scalp bearish patterns might appear on the hourly chart. If you trade on a really very short-term time frames, hourly chart, 15-minute chart, you could try to use it for possible downward action. Target will be the same, around 34.40 support. Finally, third step, although it is not so important for now, but in perspective for the 1-2 weeks, an area around 3360, sorry, 3360, 34 area. It might be important to understand what to expect in the midterm on the gold market, whether this will be deep retracement or market will stay above it and give us the hope, or even better to say confidence, that bullish context intact and it intends to challenging of the new tops. So that's all for now. See you tomorrow.